What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Fix It Garage video. Today we are in the garage working on this 2014 Rav4 hybrid that happens to belong to my parents. They want to change their fog lights out. They picked up some Diode Dynamics LED fog lights. They want me to go ahead and throw those in for them. So I figured, hell, why don't we make a video about it today? With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the parts that they picked up. So here we have our Diode Dynamics Stage Series 3-inch LED light pods. We're gonna go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside. Open it up right away. You've got, the stuff they send you. I have also gone ahead and printed off the directions for the Toyota RAV4. This says 16 to 21, but it actually also works on a 14, as I found out from doing a little bit of research. Then in this box should be, probably, our actual LED assemblies. Sweet. These are really, really nice fog lights. These are also in my pickup truck. So that's kind of what made them decide that they wanted to run these in their car. And we also have all of the hardware and brackets needed to install. Diode Dynamics does some really cool stuff. When they send it to you like this. A Deutsch connector and a connector to plug into the factory harness. So these are nice little pigtails. So you don't have to interfere with the factory wiring. These are literally a plug and play kit after you install them. Also in the kit, they give you this pigtail. This pigtail here has a little bit more wires than this. So some of these fog lights have like an angel eye or something in them. This gives you the wire harness to go ahead and wire up if you run those angel eyes. But we're not gonna need these, so we can just stick them off to the side. The other thing in here is our fog light brackets. We absolutely need these. These are what we need to mount it to the bumper. So these are what are gonna mount to the bumper and then allow the fog lights to be installed. So there's your kit from Diode Dynamics. Very high quality. You can tell that these are really, really nice plastic pieces. These pigtails are absolutely amazing. This is the level of wiring that I want to be doing at some point when I build my own chassis harnesses. And then they give you these really, really, really nice fog light assemblies that are just plug and play. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start working on the car. First thing that we need to do before we can really get started is we need to go ahead and get this bumper off. The brackets are attached to the bumper, so we need to get this bumper off so we can install the new fog lights. So let's go ahead and pull this bumper off. So usually bumpers are installed with a lot of clips and screws, and then you have to pull them off. Usually there's clips along these edges that hold them in place, keep them nice and aligned on the car and keep them nice and sturdy. So we have to kind of figure out what clips and screws have to come out in order to pull the bumper. So I don't have directions because I don't work for Toyota. So we're gonna go ahead and wing it and try to figure out all the pieces that need to come off in order to pull this bumper out. So we got the bumper off. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at one of these fog lights that are in the car right now so we can go ahead and start changing it out for the new ones. All right, so here's the old fog light assembly. You can see the bracket that it's held in with 2 screws and a plastic frame holds in a fog light that they got from somewhere that fit in here. So we're gonna go ahead and undo these 2 screws, take the bracket and the fog light out, and we can put the new Diode Dynamics fog light in. Just like that. Super easy to get the old one out. Let's go ahead and see how we can get the new one in. All right, so what we got going on here, we're just kind of test fitting. These do fit. Here's our in, out. We'll have to adjust that so it sits kind of in the housing correctly, and then these will just screw on. And that'll be the whole fog light installed. My only concern is these kind of sit pretty far in. When I look underneath it, they kind of don't look that great. Actually they look fine. I think it'll be okay. So let's go ahead and get this all installed. Let's get the bolts on, get it all installed. We'll do the other side and we can start looking at it and adjusting them before we put it on the car. Nice thing about Diode Dynamics is every kit comes with a hardware kit to install the fog light to the bracket. Makes it super easy to do so you're not going around hunting for hardware. Install this bracket is very simple. You take the lock nut, you stick them inside of the bracket, like so. Then put the bracket over the fog light. Take a bolt and a washer, and you thread it on there. Do the same for the other side. Bolt and our washer. Thread it on there. And voila, look at that. The fog light is now pre-assembled, and we can install it, and then we will have to adjust it as needed once it is installed in the car. This will allow me to do up, down, and I can also get a little bit of in, out as needed, but it looks like probably not gonna have a ton of in, out movement adjustment. I just need to get the up, down right. Slightly down will be the best option, because once they're in the car, it's going to be a pain to adjust these. So I'm gonna go ahead and put together the other side, and we will get them sort of installed on the bumper so we can start doing some test fitting. All right, so we got our driver one all ready to go. Let's get these things installed, and then we'll start trying to aim them a little bit. All right, both the fog lights are loosely installed. We're gonna tip the bumper up and try to aim these guys real quick, see how this looks. All right, so there's the fog light in the hole. You can see it is nice and centered. It does sit a little bit further back than I would like, but that's just how these ones are designed. They don't stick out like you'd want them to, but so you can see here, I've got in, out, and then I've got up, down. We definitely don't want them up or all the way down. We kind of want them in the middle. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten these Allens with them kind of in the middle, and hope that that looks pretty good when we're all done, because I really don't want to have to try to get in here and adjust them once I have this all put back together. All right, we got the screws all tight, fog lights in. The only thing left now to do is install the pigtail harnesses and put this bumper back on. So let's get after it. All right, plugging in these pigtail harnesses is super simple. Just plug in the Deutsch connector into the back of the fog light, and now this will plug into the car, and we'll be good to go. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the bumper on, plug everything in, and before we fully install the bumper, we're gonna make sure these fog lights actually work. So I'm gonna move the camera out of the way so I can go ahead and slap this bumper back on. All right, so the bumper is installed, not bolted in or anything, but it is very important before we proceed any further to make sure that these fog lights work while they're plugged in. The last thing you want to do is put it all back together and they don't work. So let's test them real quick. One is working, which means I need to check my connection on the driver's side real quick. There we go, they both work. So these plugs can be put in either way. I had it backwards, now it is good to go. So let's go ahead and finish installing this bumper the rest of the way. All right, the bumper is now fully installed. The only thing left to do is shut this hood. And let's see how they look up against my toolbox. All right, so I'm relatively straight on the toolbox, a little bit to the left, but let's just see how they sit. All right, so when we have them on, what we're looking for is here's my low beam headlight. Here's its beam spread. Down here, here's my fog light beam spread. We wanna make sure that it's down low enough that it's not gonna blind anybody, but it's also going to light the way. It's gonna be hard to tell in the garage. The best way is to go out at night and check it against like a garage door, 10 feet away from it, check and see. What you'll do is when you're 10 feet away, you'll see your beam for your headlight up against the door. You want it relatively, probably a little lower than here at 10 feet, probably around here at 10 feet away. That way then you're not blinding other motorists. And then down below it, you'll see your fog line, main beam line. You want that to be below the headlight line, you know, about that much. Someday when I do them on my car, I'll show you guys how I like to aim my headlights and my fog lights so I don't blind people, but I can also see. Because the plan is, now that I put them on this and I have them on the truck, the STI needs them. These are amazing fog lights. I love these Diode Dynamic ones. They're super bright and they're not super expensive. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're not super expensive. And I think on the Subaru it would be perfect because I like to drive the thing at night sometimes, and old fog lights, you can't see anything. So I think upgrading to some Diode Dynamic ones would be perfect. I would also love to do some Circuit Demon headlights, but those are very expensive. So unless somebody wants to help buy them for me, that's not gonna happen. That's gonna do it for today. Not a super crazy long video or a hard video, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you guys a simple fog light install, something that any of you could go home and do yourself. Be sure to check out Diode Dynamics. I will actually link them down below so you guys can just go to their website. They make kits for like everything, and they actually have a new version of their LED headlight that has a halo ring in it. So if you're one of those people that wants those like angel eye fog lights, go check them out. They have some really high quality products. I have yet to get something from them that I did not like, so I'll link them down below. But that is gonna do it for today's video, guys. I wanna thank all of you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, don't forget to smash the like button, leave some comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future Fix It Garage videos. That is gonna do it for today, guys, and I will see you in the next one.
Go higher.
The seat does not go higher. It's a Subaru seat. They don't go higher.
I have a Buick and that's a Subaru.
No, it's not. A Buick's a Buick.
No, a Buick is a Subaru.
No.
Yeah, so this little cup holder thing.
Yeah.
My Spec B has the same thing. It has this kind of cover.
Yeah. Fancy.
Fancy. Yeah, you gotta go behind that car.
Yeah, I got this. Don't worry. I got this.
Actually, my car can go faster.
Oh, no, that's your dad that's faster than me.
No, it's the Spec B.
Your dad's just faster than me. And that's fine. He's been doing it a lot longer than me.
No, it's the Spec B.
I agree to disagree.
I don't care. You have to.
Oh, I don't get a choice now?
No.
Oh, man.
You will never get a choice.
Well, that's not very fair.
It is fair, because you're talking to a 9-year-old right
I know, I'm losing an argument to a 9-year-old right now. What the heck?
Yeah, what the heck? I mean, why the heck are you trying to win a conversation with a 9-year-old?
I have no idea.
That's just plain out dumb.